as part of my graduate studies in the Department of Cultural Anthropology at Duke, I did field work for 2 years with a group of students aged 10 to 13 years old in a small school in Tokyo, Japan. If you were doing that kind of research in the United States, you would rightly assume that you would need permission from the parents in order to conduct that research. But in Japan, the cultural context is quite different. Rather than going to the parents to get permission, I needed to go to the school authorities, to the principal, to get approval to conduct research within the school. And the reason is because when parents send their kids off to school, essentially, they're giving responsibility to the school for their child for the duration of the school day. Essentially, the school authorities have local parentis authority over the kids. So I needed to get approval from the principal rather than the parents. If I had gone into the school and then had sent home a consent form with the child to the parent would have been really confused. They would have wondered why the school hadn't made the decision about what their child was going to do during the school day, and why, in fact, the school was abdicating responsibility and returning responsibility for making that kind of decision back to the parent, giving the responsibility back to the parent to make a decision about what's happening to and with their child during the context of the school day. So rather than going to parents, I went to the school principal and I got approval from him to conduct the research, and then I visited numerous classrooms and worked with students, interviewed them, and hung out with them, all within the context of the school property. And this is really important to point out, because once the child moves off the school property, they return back into the realm of parental authority. And so if I wanted to work with a child beyond the confines of the school, then I needed to go to the parents and get permission. So my experience doing research with these kids in a school in Tokyo is illustrative of how we need to think carefully about our assumption that parents are first in line when attempting to get consent to involve children in a research project. There are many social forces and many social institutions that have a stake in the welfare of kids. And we need to do our research carefully and thoroughly beforehand in order to make sure that we've included all those different individuals and institutions in our consent process.